Hey guys, it's the 30th of March 2015 and this is Tech Roundup Now with today's quick roundup of tech news. First of all, Halo 5 Guardians finally has a release date. Microsoft's Xbox team has announced the release date for the long-awaited next installment in the Halo franchise, Halo 5 Guardians. Unfortunately, it'll be another 7 months of waiting until you can play this on Xbox One. The Xbox team announced on an official Twitter that Master Chief will return on October the 27th. The announcement coincided with the release of a teaser trailer and a new Twitter hashtag /HuntTheTruth. Microsoft has also estimated the Halo franchise has made the company $3.38 billion in total. Considering that's only 5, 6, 7 games, that's a lot. Next in the news, Apple's trading program now includes non-Apple smartphones and PCs. Apple has extended its trading program, which offers credit towards new devices purchased in exchange for older hardware, to non-Apple smartphones and PCs. News to the program expansion comes from changed language on Apple Store page describing the reuse and recycle initiative of Apple's US, UK, Canadian and some of the European store sites. The trading program is operated by third-party partners to Apple, which helps explain why they'd also be interested in securing older non-Apple hardware for refurbishment. Expanding the program also helps Apple add incentives for switchers looking to come over to either iOS or Mac from a different platform, including Android and Windows. Eligibility for the program covers the vast majority of flagship Android manufacturers. Apple tells us these include, but are not necessarily limited to, Sony, Samsung, Nokia, LG, HTC and BlackBerry devices specifically. Even if devices aren't included because of age or condition, Apple will still help customers recycle old hardware. PC trade-ins appear to be fairly broad in terms of what's included, but it's liable to change on a country basis. The new expanded trade-in program is live in the US, Canada, UK, Germany, France, and Italy as of today. Now, this has to be my favourite. Fraudsters phony email tricked prison into releasing him. In the movies, a daring escape usually involves a carefully orchestrated plan filled with intricate tunnels, ingenious bribes and chaotic distractions. But for Neil Moore, performing a similar breakout in the real world was so much simpler. With the aid of a smuggled mobile phone, he was able to set up an email with a domain that closely resembled Her Majesty's Court Service. He then sent a forged letter approving his release to the prison, hoping they wouldn't inspect the document or send his credentials too closely. Lo and behold, the wardens were convinced of his authenticity, despite misspelling Southwark Crown Court, and Moore walked free in March 2014. The prison only realised its mistake 3 days later when solicitors showed up for a scheduled interview with Moore. Luckily for them, the techno trickster had already experienced a change of heart and handed himself in a few days later. The 28-year-old has previously been charged with committing fraud worth over £1.8 million. Moore had successfully posed as staff from Barclays, Lloyds and Santander banks, convincing firms such as Thomas Global Exchange to transfer huge sums of money. Now that Moore is back behind bars, his prison break exploits are finally being heard by London courts. The BBC reports that he pleaded guilty to 8 counts of fraud and 1 count of escape from lawful custody last Friday and faces sentencing next month. Now that's all from Tech Roundup Now. I'll see you next time.